We all ready for this? Hello everybody, welcome to Leeds United, welcome to FM23 as we look to try and take Leeds back to the summit. Obviously they were the last champions of the old First Division back in 91-92, before the Premier League even existed. So that is the challenge for us, at least to get them back into Europe, which is where they rightfully belong, in my opinion at least. So, let's take a closer look at Leeds. So we're going to take a look at something brand new to start with, and that is the supporter profile introduced for FM23. So 12% of the fan base are hardcore, 39% are core, 15% family, 18% fair weather, 4% corporate, 12% are casual. Quite a lot of core fans. They are going to be baying for my blood pretty early. Maybe not, hopefully. They have a low influence on the board, which will probably save me from the sack immediately. 1.3 million social media followers. Hello. 23,000 season ticket holders with 36,000 on the waiting list. And the road is just a little bit too small these days. But they are passionate about their football club, the Leeds United fans. They want attacking football. Fair play. They want me to develop players using the youth system. I can do that. Play entertaining football, that is the idea. Be competitive against Manchester United and Chelsea. Okay, there's a rivalry between those clubs, obviously. That one with Chelsea goes way back to the 70s. Remain in the Premier League. I mean, that is the task, first and foremost. The good old club vision is still here, and there are a few objectives. Not a lot, though. Increase commercial revenue. Okay, so we're going to have to buy players that are abroad and have got a big scope about them, some Korea or somewhere like that. Grow the club's reputation. Hopefully we'll do that with playing nice, attractive football. Sign young players to develop for profit. We'll try and do that. I know it's a preferred thing, but it's not really my style, but we'll see how we go with that. Work within a wage budget, that is fairly standard. Play entertaining football and play an attacking football. The board and the fans are together on that one. So they want to become a established Premier League team this season, hopefully finishing mid-table-ish. I think would probably be a decent start for us. Be competitive in the FA Cup, be competitive in the Carabao Cup. Obviously, that is our route into Europe if we are going to take it. It's the shortest way in. So financially, 25 million in the transfer budget, about 100,000 in the wage budget. So that is giving us something to work with. Take a closer look at the squad. So here is the squad that we have, and already there are a lot of injuries on the table. Cooper, Ayling, Firpo and Dallas all out in the red. There are a couple of oranges as well in Adam Forshaw and Sinistera. Thankfully, Patrick Bamford is fit for the start of the season, although I should imagine that will change pretty quickly. Overall, I'm fairly happy with the squad. There are a lot of areas where they could improve. Goalkeeper, we could probably do with a better backup goalkeeper. Klaassen and Joel Robles, who was with Wigan way back when Wigan were in the Premier League. So we could definitely look to improve those. Defensively, we look okay. Midfield is probably the strongest area of the park, bringing in the likes of Rocker, Aronson and Matthias Klick. And it's all about the striking area. Leeds are notorious for not scoring goals. Obviously, they've lost Rafinha this summer, so he's not here anymore. So it's Patrick Bamford, Rodrigo and Goto that has come in this summer. So we might look to bring in another striker as well. Let's take a look at some of the key players that are going to be with us. And I feel we have to start with Rodrigo. He is going to be the ace in the hole, the catalyst, if you like. Can play out wide, can play as a striker. 31 years old now, though. So we might look to improve on him, potentially. But he is in the prime of his career. Acceleration and agility are the ones that stand out first and foremost. Pace is pretty good as well. Vision is okay. Off the ball is fairly good. He's actually quite a good player. Looking at him in detail, and he is going to be very important. One that I'm really excited to see and to see what happen is Brennan Harrison. He has joined the club this summer from Red Bull Salzburg. Centre midfield player, can play in the number 10 position as well. Physical attributes are very good. Technical ones are good as well. Mental ones are fairly good. He is going to be some player if we get the development right, has the potential to be a 5-star player. Another key man is Marc Roca. He's joined the club from Bayern Munich this summer. Again, another good player. Can play the deep line role, can play centre midfield. That's where he is predominantly going to play. Don't play a DM. Again, physical attributes, mental attributes, technical ones, they are fine. He is going to be very, very good. We've got some good players at this club. Now, we were talking about the youth earlier on, and we're going to take a look at quite a few of the youth team players in pre-season and see which ones can fit into the first team squad. Sam Greenwood is going to fall into that category. Can be a very good player. 4.5 star potentially down the line. Currently at 2.5, so he has got time to develop. He's only 20 years old. Obviously, we're going to try and look to bring some players in. But yeah, looking forward to seeing what Sam can do. One player that we are going to look to bring into the first team picture for pre-season at least is Archie Gray, grandson of Leeds legend Eddie Gray. Looking forward to seeing what he can do. 2-star potential to be a 4-star player. He might have to go out on loan initially in the first season to get that development going. Now, since they've been back in the Premier League, defence has been an issue for Leeds United. Diego Llorente is probably the best of the defenders. I'm going to look to try and help him out as much as I can by bringing in some colleagues to help him. 3-star defender, fairly good across the board, in a squad player in the prime of his career. And that brings us nicely on to another new feature for FM23, and that is the squad planner. So we're going with 4-2-3-1 to start the season, or to at least work with during pre-season to get everybody up to speed. Tyler Adams is another player that came in during the summer. Delighted to see him here with Leeds United. Looking forward to seeing what he can do. As I mentioned earlier on, though, looking at the back four, it's very much the much in terms of they're all about the same. So we're going to look to bring in somebody who is a little bit better quality to play with the guys that are already here. We'll take a look at the injury room as well in a minute, just to kind of work out how long players are going to be out for and whether we're going to need to bring players in rapidly or whether it will be a slow one, and we'll see how we go. Anyway, Patrick Bamford is obviously the best striker at the football club. Joe Gelhardt is also a very tenacious young man. Looking forward to working with him. Sinistera can play out on that left-hand side. So overall, the squad is not bad. It just needs improving in certain areas. Another cool thing from the squad planner is the experience matrix, which looks really, really detailed. So the average age of the squad is about 24. So we've got a lot of players in development. A few players in emerging, like to Jack Harrison, Sinistera, Roca, Bellier. Only 22. I thought he was older than that. And then we've got the players in the peak of their powers. Obviously, it shows importance, squad depth and youth. So there's quite a lot of youth in the team. We know that already. We're going to take a look at that, as I mentioned earlier, in pre-season to see how that develops. But yeah, there is a good balance, to be fair, of players that are important, players that are in sort of the squad, if you like, and the players that are coming through. It's a good blend, and I'm fingers crossed it's all going to be all right. Okay, so overall, the medical centre gives good news, but it gives bad news as well. So Liam Cooper will be fit for the start of the season. Julian Firpo will not be fit for the start of the season. Sinistera will be all right. Luke Ayling might make the start of the season, maybe just missing out. Stuart Dallas, no chance at all. He won't be back until the end of January. Adam Forshaw is only a short-term injury as well. So, bit of good news, bit of bad news, but all in all, not too bad. So that all-important season preview is here right now. Obviously, we start a week earlier than we would do normally because of the World Cup, which is fast approaching in real life as well. So Manchester City are the favourites to win the title at 11-10. Liverpool are at 7-2. Chelsea at 9-2. Manchester United at 16-1. Tottenham at 20-1. With everybody else at bar that, there's us at 500-1. So we've got more chance of being relegated than we have of winning the title, basically, from here. Obviously, look at the sides that are in and around us. Southampton, Crystal Palace, Fulham, Brentford, Bournemouth, Nottingham Forest, even Brighton and Everton are kind of in that bottom third. That bottom half of the table is going to be so tight. It's going to be important to pick up the points against the top teams, but it's going to be equally and probably more important to pick up points against the sides they're going to finish it in and around.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
And the footballing gods, they have not been kind when it comes to the fixture list. Manchester City and Chelsea and Newcastle, to be fair, back to back to back.
So, Professor, would you say it's time for everyone to panic?
Yes, I would, Kent.
Liverpool in the first 7 games, Tottenham in the first 7 games. Obviously, we've got Brighton, we've got Brentford, we've got Wolves, Everton, West Ham, Aston Villa, those sides that are going to be kind of in and around us. Southampton just before the World Cup as well. We start, though, next time around at the Emirates, behind enemy lines, against the Arsenal. And I hope you will join me for the first live comm of the season. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.